The drum pattern is one of the most important elements in your beats. If you want your beats to sound incredible, it's really important to master this. Today I'll show you 5 of my favorite drum secrets in FL Studio. Starting with number 1, recording sounds yourself. To make your samples extremely unique, try recording random stuff with your smartphone. You can use anything from keys, sticks, or a box of candy. Literally anything that sounds a little bit percussive. Now, these sounds can be used in lo-fi, for example. But you can also layer them with existing samples. This will make your drums 1 in a million, which gives you a super unique sound. Trick number 2, pitch modulation in hi-hats. A lot of producers are doing this wrong. Imagine you're making a hi-hat pattern. I mean, it's fire. It got the triplets, the hi-hat rolls, and everything. You also add some lower notes in the pattern, which is great, but this is where most producers go wrong. You see, when you lower a note in the piano roll, FL Studio will stretch it, so the duration of these notes are longer than the others. That will sound a little bit beginner. To fix that, go to the channel rack and open up the sample properties. Then in here, change the time stretch mode to stretch. Now back in the piano roll, it doesn't matter how low or high you put the note. The duration will stay exactly the same. Trick number 3, using high quality drum samples. You can get Supreme Drums Teaser from Mixelite completely for free by clicking the link down below. These have 808s, kicks, hi-hats, everything you need to produce industry standard beats. The quality is top notch. Number 4, reverse samples to make the drums hit harder. Take a look at this intro and chorus. In order to make the chorus hit harder, you can reverse this piano, for example. To do that, click the little menu icon on the top left. Then choose Make Unique. Now, any changes that we make to this audio clip won't be applied to the others. Double click it to open up the sample properties and check the reverse option. Now use the length knob to make sure only the first chord is being played in reverse. Alright, now back in the playlist, I like to cut off all the sounds right before the chorus hits. Then drag your riser to the moment all the sounds are being cut off. And there you go, the listener won't expect this and will be double surprised when the chorus hits. Number 5, playing with open hi-hats. This one is underrated. Take a look at this pattern. You can see the open hi-hat playing right here. Now it actually sounds a bit too long and you can't really control the length unless you change something. Open up the hi-hat sample properties and go to the envelope. Then turn down the attack, decay, sustain and release. Then make sure the hold knob is on 100%. Then go back to the piano roll and in here you can now drag a note and it will play for the exact length that you want. This allows you to do more creative stuff. You can also reverse the open hi-hat and use it to create a swell before the snare hits. You know, it's in the details. Number 6, play with the velocities of all your drums. Let me show you a few examples. When you're making hi-hat rolls, don't just let them roll like this. Adjust the velocity in a rising curve like this. Also, take a look at this simple pattern. It sounds static, which is good for a hi-hat pattern, especially in trap. But the hi-hats actually dictate a lot of the bounce and rhythm in your beat. So try lowering the velocity of every other hi-hat and that will already sound a lot better. This can be done with snares as well. Right before the snare hits, write another one but lower the velocity. It will now sound a bit like pre-delay. Also, incredibly important, don't overdo this. Number 7, learn how to use a synthesizer so that you can create your own sounds from scratch, and you'll learn everything about that in the video right here on my left. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay creative.